So my name's Jan. Really, it's Janet. I go by Janet if I'm out, but if I'm at home, I prefer Jan. Or excuse me, if I'm at home, I prefer Janet. If I'm out, I go by Jan. So I want to talk to you about aging, and really just two different words. There's aging, and there's ageism. And so for the other one, you want a good explanation for that of ageism. Like Brenda can give you a clear example of that, of what that looks like and like just what older people go through and get bothered by. And aging is just a process, right? We all go through that. And I think, like, for me, like when I see older people, I always respect them, their life experiences, and I focus like on myself. And I think, um, of when I'll become old eventually too. And so I don't know, back when I was in my teens, I thought people who were 40 were old, right? And next year I'll become 79. And so do I think that's old? Not really. And so how do you view life though? Like how I view life as a circle, right? There's two different parts. There's the physical part and there's the mental part. And I think it's more mental, really, because the body will just over time just kind of deteriorate. Your shoulder starts to hurt, and there's certain foods that you can't eat anymore, and you just have to accept that part of the process of life. It's still good, and especially now with COVID, right? But I look at people and focus like on the body, and I know there's like different spices that you should and shouldn't eat, and you should sleep well, and you take care of your health, and but I've recognized. Well, let me explain this by using a parallel example. So, like, you have your car, and you put gas in your car, you get an oil change, you make sure the tires are inflated, you take care of your car, right? And so you should spend an equal amount of time taking care of your body, right? So I've sat down and talked with people, and like for me, I only have one body, right? There's not a spare body that I can change this one out for. And so I started focusing on eating right and my medication and just all the different things I can do to be healthy, and I'm a better person for it. And so, like, give you another example. I think it's funny when I ask somebody what their blood type is, and they don't know, but they all know what their horoscope is, and so I think that's interesting. But what's important to you in your life, your family, your loved ones, your friends. And I know that the time is getting shorter for me, but I'm not afraid, because I believe in the circle of life, the process of things from beginning to end, from young to old. And so, I hope I've left the world a better place for my offspring. But, it's difficult to say today, like with COVID. We need to work harder. Like, we take care of our bodies, but we don't take care of our planet. And so we really need to focus some on the planet, because it's getting sick and needs our help. So make sure you do your part. Like, each of us wear masks and try and pressure COVID, into having a better life. And I think something that's funny about masks is like ever since the mask mandate started, like no one's asked me if I can read lips, and people are always asking me, "Can you read lips?" And I'm like, "No." And so I just think that's a funny question, or I just think that's funny. So think of your own life, your health. Take care of yourself. Hmm? And, and, and be good. Be better. All right? Namaste. Bye.